Find the derivative of f of t equals the quantity 2t minus 3 over 4t squared plus 1, all raised to the 5th power. So f of t here is made up of a power, the 5th power, of an entire expression which itself is a quotient. Since the 5th power is the outermost function, the derivative will start with that, but then the derivative of the inside of that will require the quotient rule when we take the chain rule derivative of the inside. That's the order in how to take the derivative. You start with the outermost function, that's the 5 power. We bring the 5 down. We always leave the inside alone. We subtract 1 from the power, that'll be the 4th power. And now we multiply by the derivative of the inside for the chain rule. Well, the inside of that power is itself a quotient, and we're going to take the derivative of that. So that'll be a quotient rule. Derivative of the numerator, it's a 2, times the denominator left alone, minus the numerator left alone, 2t minus 3, times the derivative of the denominator, which will be an 8t. All of this over the denominator squared, so 4t squared plus 1, quantity squared. So we have 5 times, now I'm going to separate the 2t minus 3 to the 4th power and the 4t squared plus 1 also to the 4th power. We're going to separate those because I'll be able to combine the denominators when we multiply them. I have a denominator here that's multiplying this denominator, but I need to separate them before I can actually multiply them. But our next fraction is all of this. Let's distribute the 2 in here. That will give us an 8t squared plus 2. And let's distribute the negative and the 8t into here. That will give us a negative 16t squared and a positive 24t. And all of this is divided by 4t squared plus 1 squared. Now these fractions are all multiplying each other. In the numerator we have a 5. We have a 2t minus 3. It's to the 4th power. And then we have this expression here, which we can combine like terms together. 8t squared minus 16t squared will come out to a negative. So I'm going to write the constant first so I can start with a positive number. I have a 2. I have a positive 24t. And then I have the 8t squared minus the 16t squared, which is the negative 8t squared. And then all of this is divided by, multiply the denominators. We have a 4t squared plus 1 to the 4th, and we have a 4t squared plus 1 to the 2nd. We can add those together. 4 plus 2 is 6. So we have a 4t squared plus 1 to the 6th. The last thing we can do is there is a 2 that factors out of this expression here, common factor of 2. And that 2 can be moved, since everything's multiplying, to the front here with that 5. So that'll become a 10. But it's being taken out of the expression right there. So that will leave behind a 1 plus a 12t minus a 4t squared. And all of this is divided by 4t squared plus 1 to the 6th. There's our derivative, f prime of t.